Fate could sometimes be cruel, and life may seem to laugh and cry with us at different times. But how it plays out is entirely up to us. From Voice of Nigeria, I welcome you to another edition of Ripples, a program that captures true accounts of people, situations, and events in vivid moments. Today's edition is entitled Flying Without Wings. It really can be truly distressing when a perfectly normal person in the prime of his or her life is abruptly stopped by fate.
My name is Ijeoma Ezelugu. I'm a native of Igweze North local government area of Enugu State. I'm the first child. I have two other siblings. I lost my sight in 2006. I think I was 17 or thereabout then. It was so sudden and unexpected. I didn't even know I had any issue with my sight until when I went to write my UME exam that year. That's University Matriculation Examination. I noticed I had to sit very close to the window to be able to read the questions and answer them.
But why didn't you bring her to the hospital on time? The problem with her eyes is advanced.
But doctor, we didn't know there was a problem in the first place. Hell, Ijeoma, it's your eyes. It's your eyes. Didn't you know you were having problems seeing?
Mama, I've told you before, this is coming to me as a surprise. I only just started noticing the problem during my final exams.
Well, the problem didn't just start today. Your sight is failing.
How? To fear kwa? Chokwaju. God forbid Chineke nekwekwala ya ojo. Doctor, Inufemku, can you hear what I said? May God forbid. My daughter's sight cannot be failing. It is not possible. You can't be serious.
Madam, I know you're upset.
Upset? Upset? You cannot say this sort of rubbish and expect me.
Mommy, please take it easy. Let the doctor talk.
Ngwa, Neku, talk, doctor, I'm listening.
Initially, I was told that I had a macular hole in my pupil. So later on, when I went back, it was reported that it's glaucoma. But even after that, when we came to Lagos, I had to go to the hospital again. I went for a CT scan. We were told that my optic nerve was pale and that medically is irredeemable. So that was when we gave all hopes of receiving my sight by any medical intervention.
Desperation now sets in, and since science seems to fail, maybe the spiritual would work.
Emmanuel, holy, I see the angel. Yes, I can see the devil. Yeah, the angel. Bring her to me. Young woman, I'm being told that your blindness is not as a result of any ailment or disease, but owing to the mistake you made in the past.
Who told you that?
Shh, keep quiet. Don't challenge the prophet of God.
Now tell me, did you go into any covenant with any man as a teenager?
Covenant? Me?
Yes. You enter into a blood covenant with a boy that you both will be together forever.
I never had any covenant with anybody. Not to my knowledge.
Ijeoma. Who did you have a blood covenant with? Confess to the man of God. He will find a solution.
Mommy, I don't know what he's talking about.
Hey.
I never had any covenant with anybody. Water or blood.
Keep quiet. Shut up your mouth. Man of God, she is stubborn. Please help me. Help me find out yourself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Emmanuel. Shh. I will try. The picture I see is incomplete. The hands, chest, stomach and legs I can see. The boy is no ordinary person. He is a messenger of that kingdom and was on a mission of destruction.
I'm finished here. What do I do? Where do I go from here? What have you gotten yourself into, Ijoma? What have you gotten us all into?
Be quiet, woman. There is a way out. I will make a list of the requirements for her deliverance. You are to bring them along with you in 7 days' time.
Oh, thank you very much, Prophet. See you on the appointed day.
I'm laughing now, but then it wasn't funny at all because you go for a solution to your problem and you are being told entirely a different thing. So it didn't augur well with me.
There really is no limit to ignorance. Even her schoolmates suggested their own theories.
IJ, sorry, oh.
Thank you, Ada.
So are you telling me that you're really getting blind?
Yes, my sight has become worse.
But didn't you notice it in school?
Funnily enough, it was when we were to write our entrance examinations that I really took note of it.
I'm sure it's Gary you've been drinking in school.
Gary?
Yes. I heard that drinking Gary without milk could affect one's eyes.
Ada, you're talking about Gary, dried and fried cassava that everybody drinks?
I hear Gary is very acidic.
If that is the case, why haven't you gotten blind yet? Both of us drank Gary in school like it was going out of fashion.
Well, maybe my immune system is stronger than yours.
Ada, please. The problem with my eyes goes beyond ordinary Gary. It had been there long before I started drinking Gary. Only it wasn't dictated on time.
Okay.
In order to protect her from discriminations and superstition, her mum sent her to live with her auntie.
To that same 2006, that was when I came to Lagos. So I went to another hospital. It was then that I was advised to enroll into a school for the blind, partially school for the blind and partially sighted children. In fact, I was so happy knowing that, oh my God, all hope is not lost. I could still learn to read and write. I could still further my education. So after the rehabilitation, I told my auntie I was going to sit for the university matriculation examination.
You want to go to the university? Don't you think you are being too ambitious?
No, I don't think so. I have dreams.
My dear child, you should know your place. You should settle down for what fate has for you.
But, Auntie...
Let me see who's at the door. Oh, it's Michael.
Good afternoon, Auntie. Ajay, what's up?
You came at the right time. Auntie here doesn't think that the university is meant for people like me.
Those weren't my exact words.
Going to the university is a great idea, Auntie. And she won't be the first visually impaired person to do so.
I just don't want you to be a burden on others.
She won't be. Ijoma has shown that she can be very independent. All she needs is support. I strongly believe she can make it.
All right, you win. But I will not have the time to accompany her to the places she needs to go to in order to achieve this dream.
Don't worry about that, Auntie. We'll find a way around it. That wouldn't be a problem. Am I right, Ijoma?
Yes, Michael. Thank you, Auntie.
My first few days in classes, I cried. I cried because it seemed a mission impossible. But as time went on, I began to make some friends and had people to assist me. Then I would leave the hostel earlier than maybe others would. So I'll get to class early, I will sit in front, and the challenge really helped me to keep up to my game. There was nothing like sympathy as far as the lecturers were concerned. So I had to put in extra effort, and it paid off because at the end of the day, I came up with a second class upper. And in my class, I was one of the 11 best graduating students in my department that year. So I thank God for it all.
In all these, Ijoma didn't seem to be without help. One prominent person was a certain young man.
I'm a Catholic. The parish I was attending, he was a parishioner there too. And we belonged to the same group in the church. That was where I met him. After the meeting, he would just volunteer himself to accompany me home. That was how the friendship started. Michael was a godsend, an angel. That was what my mom called him too, an angel. He was always there for me. He was everything. Last year, he told me he would want to spend the rest of his life with me, which I willingly accepted.
But not everyone received the news joyfully.
Michael, listen to yourself. How can you say you want to marry a blind girl?
I love her.
Love, Ke. Now I'm convinced that you need mental help.
But why, Uncle?
What if your offspring inherit her blindness?
Uncle, her blindness is not contagious. She had glaucoma, which could happen to any one of us. By the way, she's the only visually impaired person in her family, nuclear and extended past and present. I love her, and I want to spend the rest of my life with her, God willing.
I'm sure this lady has bewitched you.
No, Uncle, I'm perfectly normal.
I can see you are bent on shaming our family. Our people say the words of the elders are words of wisdom. Only fools despise this knowledge.
I don't despise your words, Uncle. I understand your concerns. Yours and the elders in our family you present. But my mind is made up. I have my siblings behind me, Uncle. You only just have to meet Ijeoma, and your opinion about her will change.
When they came for the traditional marriage, those that hadn't seen me, that we were meeting for the first time, they were like, oh my God, is this the person? She doesn't look blind, so many things. And they were all happy. They ended up praying for me and all that. I thank God for everything.
Ijeoma talks about her plans for the future.
I, along with 2 other youths, are working on a project titled Project Enable. It's a project sponsored by U.S. Consulate, and the aim of our project is to promote the social inclusion of persons with disabilities in Yaba Surulere community of Lagos State. I think one of the things that keeps me going is my doggedness. I believe I can achieve and be whatever I want to be in life. I just see myself as someone flying without wings.
And that's how we end this week's edition of Ripples. It was entitled Flying Without Wings. In it, you heard the voices of Faustina Ayalogu as Ijeoma, Muinat Akinyemi as Mama. Ada was played by Opaka Josephine. Segun Adegoke was the doctor. Michael was played by Destiny Oyemihe. Auntie was Adebayo Adiola. Emmanuel Uko was Uncle, and Henry Odimuko acted the Prophet. The program was produced by Wando Alayonde and assisted by Ijeoma Ezelugu. I am Olubumi Oshoteku.